Good morning. So it's been a great gathering so far. We've gone through 2 sessions of meditation today, experienced meditation. Like we all say, it's all experiential and wonderful talks and messages from different masters. And we sit here to discuss certain aspects of the benefits of meditation. Generally, a lot of us, when we are young, for us, meditation was completely spiritual, something that we are supposed to get into post our retirement. In fact, a lot of people who see youngsters doing meditation, they keep saying, why do you want to do it now? You have a lot more years to go, right? And then on the other hand, you see a lot of people, in fact, in a recent retreat that I was conducting, when I was asking for people why they were attending this meditation retreat, quite a few people said for healing, curing some of their illnesses or even mental health, right? And if you look at it, a lot of spiritual masters will say meditation and health is like a given. Once you start calming your mind, miraculous things happen with your health, right? So we're here to talk about the benefits of meditation beyond health and beyond the spiritual awakening or moksha that generally it's associated with. What is that? So the holistic nature of meditation allows us to calm our mind. It also has impact on our career, on our relationships, the way we behave with different people, and also how we create our reality. In fact, one of the things that brought people like me, Chandra, and several others to Patriji, he didn't say, come here, do meditation, and you will get enlightenment, right? So then we wouldn't have come in then. He said, you create your reality. That was the one thing that attracted all of us. And we got curious. And that is how we are. And a lot of us have experienced the creation of our own personal reality, how we want our relationships, how we want my career to go. So meditation for holistic excellence. Well, when I mean holistic excellence, it's about the multiple dimensions of both physical, mental, emotional, as well as spiritual. How does it help? So before we start with our esteemed panel, in fact, I'm fortunate to be talking to a very, very esteemed set of individuals here across academics, corporate, and spiritual science. So before we begin the panel discussion, let's watch a quick video that talks about few more of these experiences that people have felt practicing meditation.
Holistic excellence is about achieving a state of balance, growth, and harmony in every aspect of life. It's a multi-dimensional approach that encompasses physical, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual well-being. The challenges of the current business and social environment, such as pressure to grow and compete on one hand, and disparity in economic health and social conditions on the other hand, are to be dealt with to create a compassionate, understanding, and progressive world. Meditation is a great tool that unlocks human potential. It enhances creativity, enabling innovative thinking, and promotes a deep sense of interconnectedness. A scientific study published in the World Journal of Science found that widespread practice of meditation made a positive impact on the larger population of the USA. The data showed that stress-related incidents overall had significantly decreased, while a mere fraction of US population meditated together. Studies done during Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation transformative programs have consistently shown that more than 70% of participants see positive changes in physical and mental health, emotional intelligence, growth, and connectedness. Raj is an unassuming businessman from Tamil Nadu. While he has been running a successful business, it had come at a cost of high stress and anxiety. As he took to meditation, it led to deep transformation of his inner world. Through meditation, he cultivated a mindset of growth and abundance, which translated into exponential success for his business without stress. Today, he is on a mission to take this practice to all businesses.
Earlier, I was expecting the world around me to change, but it never happens like that. So when I started meditating regularly, the world inside me started changing. I felt that I started surrendering to the process. Even if some things are not happening the way I think, nowadays I have a maturity that the greater mind has bigger plans for you. So I started accepting things and life is flowing.
Anil Ranka, an insurance professional, experienced a life-changing transformation after he joined a 40-day meditation program 3 years ago. Initially skeptical, he embraced meditation and saw remarkable improvements in his health and business and increased mental powers. His transformation has led to his entire family taking into the practice.
My business improved a lot. In lesser hours, I could do more because meditation helps you to listen. And when I could listen more to my clients, I could really understand them more clearly. It helps you to not break when someone is talking. So that art of listening improves a lot, which helps a great deal in my kind of business, which is advisory on financial things. And also, I've seen one thing, that your memory increases so much. So my memory has improved, my concentration has improved, my relationship with my family has improved, all thanks to the Buddha CEO group.
Shirisha, a young advocate who was struggling with fear and anxiety about her future, took to meditation, which became a catalyst for her profound personal growth. Through regular meditation, she discovered a newfound sense of confidence and self-assurance, empowering her work through authenticity, conviction, and poise.
Meditation helped me find answers as to why I was pursuing my goal. And that clarity, coupled with manifestation, helped me attract lesser explored opportunities that was very much in tune with my purpose. And meditation also helped me to boldly take up these opportunities without the fear of societal judgment. So I'm ever grateful to meditation and Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation for helping me achieve this, which has given me a lot of satisfaction and is also helping me make a difference in the world around me in small ways.
Rakesh, a technologist with a leading MNC, was suffering from stress-related health issues, which he considered was part and parcel of his life. When he took to meditation, he underwent a deep transformation, which led to not only healing his long-lasting conditions, but allowed him to find his purpose in life and achieve his dream of becoming an entrepreneur.
For 20 years, migraine used to be part of my life. Every other week, I would suffer from it for days. I would have to take medication. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat properly. And 3 months with sincere practice of meditation, it just went away. Not only that, I realized meditations transformed every aspect of my life. Relationship with my family drastically transformed.
Within the confines of Bhopal Central Jail, a remarkable transformation unfolded as inmates embraced the practice of meditation. Through meditation, these individuals transcended their circumstances, finding hope and resilience within themselves. Former adversaries became allies, felt connected to each other. This shows that it can be easily implemented in other prisons and prisoner rehabilitation programs.
इनके जीवन में ध्यान आया, ध्यान से इन्होंने बहुत सारी चीज़ें अपनी जो नकारात्मक थी वो इन्होंने हटा दी। इसके बाद इनके मन में पॉजिटिव थॉट्स आने लगे, ये सबके प्रति प्रेम करने लगे और डे बाय डे बहुत इनका इमोशनली ये लोग स्ट्रांग हुए, फॉरगिवनेस में आए, सबको इन्होंने क्षमा किया, सबको स्वीकार किया। तो अब हमको अपना दृष्टिकोण बदलना है। तो जब हम इनको स्वीकार लेंगे तो बहुत ही एक समाज में, सोसाइटी में पॉजिटिविटी स्प्रेड होगी और सबका कल्याण होगा।
Pettigodulu is a village situated in Alluri Sita Ramaraju district, Andhra Pradesh, India. After getting connected to breath mindfulness meditation, the entire village gave up the addiction to alcohol and tobacco and became a vegetarian. They came together to build a pyramid by themselves. They completely resorted to a chemical-free cultivation with natural spiritual farming methods. More than anything, the village has already led the introduction of meditation to nearly 35 villages around it, with new pyramids coming up.
నా పేరు పాంగి రామారావు. మా గ్రామానికి వచ్చేసరికి అందరూ ధ్యానం చేస్తూ చాలా చక్కగా ఎటువంటి కుటుంబాల మధ్య కానీ అలాగే అన్నదమ్ముల మధ్య కానీ బంధుమిత్రుల మధ్య కానీ ఎటువంటి గొడవలు కొట్టుకోవడాలు మరి తిట్టుకోవడాలు అటువంటిదేమీ జరగట్లేదు ఇప్పుడు ధ్యానం చేయడం వల్ల. మరి ధ్యానం గురించి ఈ 11 మండలాలకు మొత్తం ప్రతి విలేజ్కి ప్రతి మండలానికి మేము పాంప్లెట్స్ పంచడం జరిగిందనమాట.
Holistic excellence is achievable for everybody. If a remote village and prison on one hand, and individuals and families in the urban areas can do it, each of us can easily transform. You can introduce meditation into your organization and community with the help of Project Excellence Center and its resources including assistance and training. Reach out to us at excellence@buddhaceo.org.
So, as you've seen, wonderful transformation stories, right? So, when you talk about holistic excellence or holistic transformation, it's about how you've seen an entire village transformed, right? It's about bringing positive social change by calming the individual's mind, and then it automatically reflects in the family, in the organization, or in the society, right? So, awesome stories. In fact, one of the things that keeps us going at our roles at Buddha CEO as well as Pyramid Valley and throughout PACE's movement is listening to such enlightening stories. Every time it motivates us. Wow, the simple practice of meditation is bringing out so much of transformation to everyone. So now let's turn to our panel. We'll start with ma'am, Dr. Anuradha ma'am. So ma'am, you've seen the stories, you've seen the cases, and then we also talked about holistic excellence. So can you recount your experience or what you have seen firsthand on how practices like meditation has really brought in transformation, holistic transformation in individuals or groups?
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everybody, and good morning, my fellow panel members. I am extremely honored to be here among the practitioners and all of you today, and thanks for the opportunity to Buddha CEO Foundation. To start off with my experience, I've been practicing meditation for the past 20 years almost. And being a psychologist, it is mandatory for me to learn all the techniques of meditation so that I can teach that to my clients. That was the first thing. I just went for that purpose only. Let me learn it so that I can give it to my clients and I can earn money. That was the only, very frankly, I'm saying, that was the ultimate aim 20 years back, 25 years back. And then when I started teaching them, I was seeing a change in me. Every moment when I was teaching every client, after that client goes, whether the client is benefiting or not, I was getting more relaxed. I was getting more focused. And then I realized, no, it is helping me more than it is helping my client. So I went ahead and learned almost all the meditative practices. And when I started changing, my family, my husband started seeing that, and he took it up and he also started practicing it. So it is kind of a transformation from one point to the other point. And I used to be, when I was in the school or colleges, I used to be a very, short-tempered person. I don't see myself as a short-tempered now. Whenever anybody sees how you are very calm, I see myself, am I very calm? That is the question I ask myself. But that is the truth. I think meditation is helping me to achieve that. To be very frank, both of us wakes up around 3:30 every day, and we meditate and we do a little bit of yoga according to our age, and then we start our day. We also embraced naturopathy and vegetarianism. Our eating habits have changed. Andi and Sandhi, morning 6 o'clock, our first breakfast happens at 6 o'clock, and 6:30 our dinner is over. So a lot of changes in us. We never, since Touchwood, we have stopped visiting any doctors. That is, I think, we are manifesting. We started manifesting. What do we want to do? If I want to do any research project, in the meditation itself, I do that. Okay, that comes out. When I started telling, my son was saying, hey, Ma, don't do this. Don't go and talk about this to outside world. People will look at you in a different way. But he is now realizing, he is now doing research work. He is now saying, yes, it is happening. So that is about my personal journey. Professionally, if you ask me, completed a couple of research projects, one on emerging adults, their gaming behaviors, how they keep on gaming, doing. One of my client told me, I fell in love with the girl who is coming in that game, and one villain is coming and killing her. I don't want to live. I want to die. So when I started teaching him meditation, he changed a lot. He is now a researcher somewhere in US. I'm not revealing anything, but he is in touch with me. That is one of the major thing, and that led us towards how mindfulness or meditation helps in these kids to change their gaming behaviors. Post-traumatic experiences. One of the other studies on children who underwent trauma in their early years, how they are afraid of becoming a parent, how they are afraid of committing to a relationship, where we introduced mindfulness as a technique, meditation as a technique, and there is a lot of change in them. Breast cancer study, my PhD is on psycho-oncology, and in that major finding was how breath meditation, mindfulness meditation, anapanasati, art of living. Several we have given for different groups of people to see, compare each one of it. And it shows a lot of differences. In current position, we have a lab called Andardrashti, Indian Psychology Lab. The focus is on meditation. We are teaching students and faculty members to take up meditation, take up vegetarianism, take up being in the present moment. That is very much needed.
Absolutely wonderful, ma'am. In fact, you are blessed to be recommending meditation professionally as well, right? So because obviously you know a lot of science, a lot of psychology, but understanding the science of meditation, recommending it as a cure definitely helps. And really, as you said, one of the things, like I think Chandra spoke in one of the slides as well, meditation, the practice of meditation reduces cravings, it reduces addiction, and that gaming addiction, a lot of addictions go away. Wonderful.
So incidentally, my boss is here, Narayana Hridayalaya. I was practicing when I moved here to Bangalore. Narayana Hridayalaya was practicing, is here among us, and he will agree how the changes happened in several of our clients.
Wonderful. Yeah, in fact, as part of Buddha CEO, we want to be collaborating with a lot of education institutions and doing the research and taking it to other people. We'll talk. Thank you, ma'am. Sivaramappa sir, you've seen a lot of people, you taught meditation to a lot of people, your views, sir.
Yes. First, I will like to inform you about me, very, very in brief. The very presence of myself before you is an achievement of meditation. Otherwise, I would not have been before you today, before the great personalities like Karthikeyan sir. I consider myself highly privileged to be midst of you. Thank you all. Now, way back when I recollect that I am from a middle family. As you know, the middle family faces a lot of changes every angle. Every step of life is a big challenge. So similarly, I also faced empty number of challenges right from childhood. Everything has been a challenge right from food onwards, education, job, and everything has been a big challenge. I overcome that. I had graduated myself, not with comforts, no. As a challenge, yes, like that. I was not knowing what life is at all. Simply facing the difficulty is the life. That was the lesson taught to me. Everything you have to endure, that's it. And then I got a job. Even I got some better posts also because of my own effort, of course. I held a heads of account section, Department of Telecom. I had to work as chief accounts officer, heading the sections of hundreds of subordinates with me. I was having some more comfortable life than in the past, but not from the clumsiness, but not from worries and all those things. Everything has got its own share of sorrowfulness, confusion. People I saw fighting each other in my own office. Lot of issues that become huge challenges in profession. When we are in the house, not free from issues. I saw everyone in the same state of life. I was thinking, what is this kind of life? And many people suggested you go for pujas, perform some deities, you go to temple, do something, I say, you will be better off. I followed. I was seeing plenty of families going to so many places, oh God, but I don't understand what God is. And still I find the people suffering in the same way, and a number of times they go to temples. This made me virtually a great fool. What is this? This was there churning in my mind, always to find out what is all this about. Then, when I was 50 years old, I had the opportunity of meeting Brahmarshi Patriji. That is the end of my suffering that day. I was thinking that to approach God is not a small task, because we have to do some sort of tapas, we have to go to forests, sit there, give out the families. So many things we were taught. What is this mess? Can we not be calm enough? So that was the education I brought. Actually, my life was organized in a better fashion by Patriji, in a simple talk. When I met him, he said, why did you come? That question itself has been enlightening me. What is the purpose of my coming here? Then he said, then I told, just for your blessings. Then he shot another question. Why do you want my blessings? That means you are unable to handle your own life. You want my help to manage your life? What sort of a useless fellow you are? That made a very enlightening flashes in my mind that yes, that what we are doing is short of what we are supposed to do. We did not see this. We were only seeing outside everywhere. Where is the solution? Outside, here. And at last, he made the simple. I was asking how to overcome this sort of hurdle in the life. Only weapon is meditation. I said immediately, sir, meditation is not for people like us. Say, what sort of ignorant people we are? Then he said, you are a great fool. It is very simple. Just he said, Anapanasati meditation. Then with that, I have to hats off. In a number of namaskarams, it will not be suffice to show our gratitude to our great master, Brahmarshi Patriji, as on today before all of you. Then I was very serious about this practice, and I applied for leave for my office for 10 days. And then I sat in my house and went on doing meditation. Then I got the glimpse of the energy oozing out from me. And I saw so much of consciousness in me. And gradually I turned out to be something like a pupa to butterfly. It is virtually happened. I was not a teacher, but I had to write so many books on meditation. I could write. Today I have done around 20 books on meditation for children as well as for public. 20 books I have done. I was not a teacher. I was nobody. I was an ordinary man in the society. And Patriji brought an ordinary man and put in the people like you in a very extraordinary people. He called me Brahmarshi on one fine day. Then I realized, yes, every person who knows the secrets is a Rishi. In fact, I had some sort of fragrance of Sanskrit in my childhood. So I understood what Rishi is. Rishi is nothing but a meditator. Rishi is nothing but a person who knows the unknowable thing like God. The Godhood is in you. That is consciousness. That makes your mindset to be a noble, to be introvert, and change your mindset to be always, peaceful and calm and deserving. So this is all made me out. Now today I am there before you to speak these few 10 sentences, which I am very, very, very happy to reveal to you. Because my target is that everybody should become like an ordinary person to extraordinary person. All are extraordinary persons. All I have got the consciousness. Consciousness is all the asset what we have. That will change your mind of extrovert character to introvert character. We are all extroverts now. Now we will become insiders. Now we have to go into inside. That is all a meditation made me, and then I have transformed myself. I have taught meditation to numberless people. I am holding classes also today. It's a wonder. So this is all my metamorphosis today.
Wonderful, sir. I think.
Thank you, sir. And I forgot to tell you that I made some research in meditation and I got a doctorate out of that. What sort of a change? What is the necessity for me to be a doctorate? It came automatically. That is the effect of meditation.
Yeah. So thank you, sir. In fact, I was going to mention that one of the first PhDs in Anapanasati meditation, right? Yeah, good. So in fact, sir talked about himself as an example of transforming one's consciousness, right? I mean, like we all see, meditation is basically a transformation. It brings mindset transformation. And what defines our level of consciousness? Our thoughts, beliefs, or feelings, right? So once you transcend, once you move up to a higher level, then obviously consciousness changes and level of consciousness changes, and that's possible through meditation, right? Thank you very much, sir. You are a living example, and this simplicity, in fact, the simplicity with which Sivaramappa sir talks is, in fact, it betrays the level of knowledge that he has, right? Thank you, sir. We'll move on to Suresh, sir. Again, Suresh, sir wears multiple hats at home, as well as he's a CEO. You might have heard about it, but from a PSSM perspective, he also leads our PMC Kannada organization, and then for Pyramid Valley, he's done a lot of workshops and classes. And one of the expertise that he brings to most of our retreats is the right way of eating. In fact, I have him talk about one session in most of my retreats. And of course, he's a very seasoned meditator. So let's hear from Suresh, sir.
Thank you, Sagarji, and a very happy morning, friends and masters. I'm greatly honored and privileged and feel humbled that we have so many great masters here, and just I'm a beginner and learner here. So thank you. I hope you all are having a great time here, and you will definitely take something good, and you be a better part of what you are today than what you came, right? So that's our high expectation, and thank you, Buddhas, your team. I'm always privileged to be associated with Chandra sir and Vani madam and team. So friends, it's an honor for me to share my journey and a bit of experiences. Meditation as a spark was introduced to me by Brahmarshi Patriji way back in 2019. That's when 2009. So that's when I became, completely transformed, I would say. When I started doing pyramid meditation, it so happened that something wonderful started happening within, right? So that made me mad for meditation, right? So I thought there's something to explore more. A lot of things is happening from inside. Naturally I'm feeling blissful and happy and elevated and things like that. So I have been an entrepreneur since almost like 3 decades. So being in that field from the childhood, we are always overpowering on people, right? You have a lot of expectation. And of course, naturally, when you get into the business, there is always an uncertainty, anxiety, or insecurity, or expectations shoots up, and then you try to be overpowering on people, and a lot of stress gets created. So these habits naturally started dissolving. And then I realized certain grand happenings within my life. One is that we always had expectation, right? I always had expectation, but the missing link was, acceptance. So expectation and acceptance are two sides of the coin, right? When you have expectation, you should also accept the results based on what is my power of manifestation, and you will get an intermediary result, or whatever the result we get, we accept it, and then we move on to the next level. So this is one thing that I could get it naturally. And then empathy and the compassionate behavior for myself as well as for our colleagues and all our people who are working for the organization, that became a natural behavior as such, while continuous and rigorous practice of meditation. And at the same time, I got a greatest gift of time management, right? So Patri sir always says, time is that gold that we all have. It's like 24 karat gold. We spend in milligrams, not in kilograms, right? So I learned the art of self-management, the time management. So every minute, every second, I could now, leverage where to deploy my time, where to irrigate, which area to irrigate. It's like a dam of water with 24 hours there, so where to irrigate. So now I can sense that, I am more balanced and holistic in my living, that I can give time for anything and everything that I want to give for. So I live a very abundant family life, social life, spiritual life, and also my own, the time for celebration, life as a celebration, right? So I enjoy sports, I enjoy adventure, I enjoy teaching meditation wherever I go, to the corporate world or the government departments and everywhere, and be part of, the game, and also learn music, and great development and growth within my organization. So all these are happening. That all happened because I took a turn, or I could take a decision way back in 2009 to be a meditator. Started from, it became so mad at that time that, the whole night I used to meditate and didn't sleep for almost a year, at 7 hours of rigorous meditation when I was in Singapore, at that time as a joint CEO. And I didn't the urge of eating also dropped. I was very hefty at that time. Then my urge of eating also dropped, and I realized that yes, food is about energy, and energy can come through any source, right? So like we get solar or thermal or chemical, so energy is energy, right? So I could sense that early in my stage, I could become like no medicine, no doctor, time management, sleep management. Like say, usually we hear, right? So when I get time, I meditate. So now I can say when I get time, I can sleep. So this is all some of the great things that I could leverage and see. And of course, my family has become meditator now. In our office, we manage about 2,000 employees. It's more like a factory culture being in telecom and IT industry. So we give that 15 minutes a day as a group meditation. Everyone stops working. We play a light music, and then we introduce meditation to all the employees and any newcomers there. Right? So we see a great amount of transformation within our organization also. So thank you for listening to my experience. Thank you, Sagar.
Thank you, sir. So Suresh sir touched upon different aspects of the benefits of meditation, right? Food and time management, absolutely, sir. But recently I read a quote somewhere. People generally focus on earning money, right? And then the quote says, if you lose money, you can earn it back. But when you lose time, there's no way you can earn it back. So focus more on managing time. And as he said, one of the first beginner's question is, I don't have time to meditate. But what most of us in this room have discovered as we continue the practice of meditation, lot of silly activities which we used to spend time drop away. So making way for us to in fact, practicing meditation allows you to do more in less time. And that's what we all experience. Thank you, sir. And you also touched upon the aspect of food. Again, meditation allows you to be becoming more inward, aligned with your own inner intelligence and our body's natural intelligence, right? And that's where food plays a part. Now, last but not the least, and the highlight of today's conference, again, thank you, Professor Jagadish, for getting us this wonderful, amazing venue. And without your help, we couldn't have got here. And I've always been a fan of your systems thinking thoughts, right? And I'm sure you'll talk about that. And then over to you, sir, on holistic excellence, how meditation helps holistic excellence.
Thank you. I'm nervous, actually, listening to my panelists. In one of his rubayats, Omar Khayyam says, I sent my soul into the invisible, a letter of the afterlife to spell. By and by, my soul came back to me and said, I am heaven and hell. I hope you appreciate the implication of that. We are the masters of what we create. And that is precisely what meditation teaches, and it has taught me. I came into meditation more than 40 years ago. That's for you. Many of your parents would have not been born probably. And mainly because of a very serious health issue where just through meditation I got cured of a major problem, required surgery without surgery. Which is why I not only became a great advocate of meditation, but also an evangelist of meditation. Thanks to Buddha CEO, because of COVID, in my profession, I need to recur a lot of traveling. Even after retirement, I used to do a lot of traveling, teaching around. And thanks to COVID, all that came to a stop. And this is where the opportunity came to join the Buddha CEO by accident, which gave me the platform to become consistent in meditation. So, like I said first, it begins with health issue, really physical. The next is the clarity of mind that I got. When mind is clear, it's like an organized shelf in a wardrobe where you either throw just clothes and like that, and then it becomes very difficult to retrieve what you want. Whereas if you organize your wardrobe carefully, you know what to get, when to get, and get for productivity, clarity of mind, and enormous amount of space in the mind to think innovatively. And that's what happens next to me through meditation. But most profoundly, like I said, like Omar Khayyam said, I learned to be. What do you mean by that? To be means I realize I'm not nothing. I'm there, present, now. And now is all that matters. Jiddu Krishnamurti, the famous philosopher, said, all our insecurity comes because we're always living either in the future or in the past. For a long time, since my meditation, I learned that I live only for the now. At this age, I don't know what's going to happen to me. But if I were to die, like they say, this famous phrase, I die empty, nothing to expect. This is the kind of life I've been leading. Because one of the most profound things that has happened to me today, I don't look for material or any specific benefits at all through meditation. But I get the feeling. And this feeling is a powerful one called abundance. Behavioral scientists have done research to show that whenever you feel there is scarcity, your own cognitive and executive mind try to shrink. They are not effective because your mind gets into what is called as a tunneling effect. Now, what meditation has done to me is give this feeling opposite, which is abundance. Abundance, I feel this, abundance of energy. abundance of wealth, abundance of happiness, and so much abundance that I can share it with others. And all that I see around me, look at this group. More than 1/3, half my age, they've all become friends to me. I have nothing to fear about in life. I am connected to the universe. My wife too is a meditator. We are connected to this universe, and there's nothing to fear because I know I'm part of what Spinoza said is like a wave of the ocean. It's not separate the ocean, but the process of the ocean. This is what Spinoza said first. And this is exactly what I feel. And I feel very profound and extremely thrilled that this is happening. I'm extremely thrilled. I find people like Chandra and Vani Madam who are taken to spreading this meditation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Another aspect of transformation that you see, right? I mean, sir talked about how he feels abundance, not no more scarcity, and then how he views things a bit different, right? So I think very, very thankful to the panel. Each member talked about different aspects of how meditation helps in the across the different dimensions of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And ultimately, it's a mindset transformation. So now we'll go around the table for one last question. So I would like to know, all of you have been practicing meditation, teaching meditation, and obviously all of us want the impact of the meditation to grow much, much larger, right? So just your thoughts and views on what should the government or the organizations or our departments or bosses, what should they be doing to help spread meditation to a lot more people?
That's a wonderful question. In fact, our Karthikeyan sir has also mentioned, and Chandra sir has also mentioned. When Karthikeyan sir was mentioning that he has written to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I was appreciating. Yes, this is what we needed, definitely, because the current generation is definitely needed. India has more younger population than like us. But eventually it will change. Every country is seeing the changes. So to the stakeholders, my suggestion as an academician as well as a practitioner, I would say definitely wherever it is possible, we need to inculcate meditation along with yoga and some changes. When yoga was popularized and International Yoga Day has been introduced, UN and every place, and every year we are also celebrating. Similarly, there should be a day for meditation, and every organization should give, like when Suresh sir was mentioning about 15 minutes, I was like, how we can do it. So I think that should be one of the very important thing I would suggest.
Wonderful. So a special day or even a regular practice of meditation. In fact, in our company also, we do the 15-minute meditation. We have folks from our company here. But I've seen a lot of schools also practice right around the end of the assembly. Everyone sits there, practices for 5-10 minutes. And some teachers do it in the classes as well. Good. Thank you, ma'am. So we'll definitely do that. And of course, collaboration with the labs like Antardrishti and others.
Can I add one more word? I forgot. When you said every teacher does, I do it in all the classes. 5 minutes we meditate, any one of the meditation, either gratitude or anapana or breathing, just be in the present moment and then start off. That makes a lot of difference in the students interacting with me, that I am seeing a lot. And students are voluntarily coming. Yesterday one of the student wrote to me, can we have a study group on meditation? We can have an online 5 minutes, 10 minutes study group. We think that students are bad, the younger generation is bad. Definitely no. They are highly energetic. We need to channel that energy. So much of abundant energy is there. Direct the energy, it will go in a positive track instead of in a negative track.
Absolutely. Well said, ma'am. Sir, your thoughts, 2 minutes.
So, dear friends, in fact, as I said, challenges are plenty to everyone in this world. Somebody asked, who is happy in this world? The answer was, quickly has come, nobody in this world is happy. There is no exception at all. Everyone has got his own kinds of challenges. Rich has got a variety of challenges. The poor has got several challenges. Challenges will be there. That is the nature. But you have the asset in your own self. You have the consciousness in you. That is common to everybody. It is a wonderful asset that gives you the quality of love. Love will win over the world. A loving personality is the gainful person in this materialistic world also. That's why WHO has given the spiritual intellect also is included in the holistic health. I don't know how many governments do understand that. Even today also some governments refuse to understand what is love and all those things. They don't induct this kind of literature into their academics. I don't know. And all of us are there to serve this a sort of this puzzle. Why governments are reluctant to induct the subject of love? Because everybody has got, what is the symbol of love? Is a heart. Yes or no? Every one of us know. Isn't it? So the heart is where everybody has got the heart. Without that there is nobody. And heart is the symbol of consciousness. Consciousness is in the heart region. That's why we will always call you speak from heart, not from the mind. Mind is always physical, when extrovert it is. It is tied up with the physical challenges always. Clumsy it is. Now how you change the atmosphere of the mind. Take the asset, Baba. Connect yourself with the consciousness. That connecting business is done in meditation. Very simple. And Patriji made it very, very simple that everyone can understand. Even a small boy can do it.
So how do
so my dear friends,
how do we spread it more?
Yeah. So in this, people like you only, you are all the seekers of truth. And it's only in your hands to see. Something happens to this world, to do something good. Communicate compassion, love, heart. Heart is the seat of consciousness. So the consciousness will be exposed in meditation, changing the mindset of the people to become introvert instead of clinging over to these physicalities always. It is not bad, it is there, but to some extent, okay. To the same extent, we need our internal passion, our internal love, qualities, love, light and power. There is this wisdom is needed in place of intellect. Along with intellect, wisdom also should dawn in our life. Then only our life will be organized. Otherwise, life will be disorganized. However, qualifications, whatever degrees we have, is not going to solve the fights in the houses. People can manage the matter and other everything, but they cannot manage their own inmates. People cannot be managed. People is a God. How can you manage? You have to be God to manage that. So the God is inside. So this is the wonderful message from Patriji we had. So let us all share that and travel along, in carrying this beautiful message of being sane and loving personality, to regard everyone as ourselves. Equality, unanimity, okay, without any kind of disparities. We should coexist. That is, coexistence is the wonderful lesson of heart. Heart is always compassion. We look to your heart, we will say. We don't say, look to your mind. Speak from your heart. That's why better we carry on this message in whatever level. We are also working to induct it into academics with the government of Karnataka. So, we are making some efforts out there. And any of you are associated with any government missionary, kindly come forward and join your hands with us to take this mission forward, to spread right at the childhood. Whatever we have learned in the childhood, we are today. Simply hearsay will not work. So we have to induct it into the childhood only of any individual. It will last lifelong. It will go. So with this message, I thank you very much.
Wonderful, sir. So
bye.
Teach them young, teach them the education, wisdom of the heart, right thinking, more right brain activation kind of thing. Thank you, sir. Yes, sorry, sir.
Yeah, thank you, friends. I feel that meditation. How did we all start meditation? Like, say, I started meditation when I intended to meditate, right? I hope you all would have done the same, right? So when you wanted to meditate, what happened? Meditation started, right? So we got into the meditative state. So I feel that meditation process itself is a top-down process. We call it as a top-down approach in management, right? So meditation is all about top-down process. So the bottleneck is always on the top. Because I didn't intend to meditate, so I didn't meditate. So it's like the body, the spirit is the controller. So when for anyone, then the mind and the body follows suit, right? So similarly, the bottleneck is something which is on the top side. So we should say that, we as leaders and the entire leadership team, be it the government institutions or private institutions or anywhere, the holistic, whether the political system, we as leaders should resolve that, yes, we will remove the bottleneck. That means we all make an intent that we make a holistic society. Like I have experiencing, like what sir said, I echo that I am experiencing a holistic or abundance living or effortless living, I would say. Effortless health and happiness and spiritual, social, financial, everywhere. So we as leaders should resolve that, yes, we first get ourselves into meditation, remove that bottleneck, then automatically the bottom portion works automatically. It should be driven down from the top down, right? So top-down approaches should be a very effective and easy way. And second thing is, the way we convey. See, teaching meditation is just 10 seconds job. Cross your fingers, close your eyes, observe your breath. It just takes 10 seconds. So why don't people do? Because the left brain has overpowered the society. The logical brain, why only meditation? Why now? Why I? Right? How much, what, and things. So this education and giving this sort of a behavioral thing, it needs a story. It needs, justification and all that material knowledge. So we should look at how to flavor this education for various sectors and various audiences within our society. A student needs a student's way of approach. A manager needs a manager's way of approach. A warrior needs a warrior's way of approach. A doctor needs a doctor's ways of approach. So we should look at, there are various opportunities for us to all work together to involve and introduce the various flavors of why and what of meditation. So where Buddha CEO is also playing a wonderful role, every CEO, like we are CEO of our own way, our own life. So we should resolve that issue. We should take it the way we want to take it. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Again, more relevant, more specific, creating that desire in individuals to get into that peace of mind. What is it? Yes, sir.
I would like to handle this implementation issue on 3 aspects. First and foremost is that we should remove from the minds of the people that meditation, one thing is spiritual, it's religious. Secondly, very often I would beg to look at psychologists say meditation is meant to remove stress. How is this done? This is through social marketing, what we call. Promote this through words of mouth, through publications, through documentaries, whatever you want. Everywhere. This is how Patriji went through whole of Andhra Pradesh. It's a question of promoting this very idea as meditation is much more than just removing stress or health or it's spiritual and so on and so forth through pure social marketing. The second aspect reminds me, say as somebody who's to conduct a number of workshops, especially in the software. I'm myself an IT person, software industry. We normally ask before the program what is expected. What do you expect from the program? Invariably, senior vice presidents, they come and say, please tell us how do we motivate our people to work. And I tell them the very question is very immoral. What you're trying to say, how do you make the other person, change the other person? And that's not the way it is. On the contrary, look what Mr. Suresh Kalburgi has done. You don't try to tell them what to do. You do. You be. You meditate. and the change in you. Now, for example, our own families, our own friends, how do they change? They see this, see you. Many times, today at my day when I have gone to, mainly I involved in, faculty recruitments, which are very, people who, my colleagues will know, it's a very tedious process, recruiting a faculty. And today with so many IIMs and engineering college, it's a very tedious process. And people ask me, how do you sit through this whole long day? I tell them, how do you get this energy? I tell them meditation. I said abundance of energy. Some time ago, I had to go through a serious glaucoma surgery. And just before a surgery of that kind, they, check your physical. The general physician. He checked all my things and said, my God, you said you're 81. How are you? How come your physics and everything is so normal? I told him, doctor, meditation. Immediately he changed. He said, please give me. I gave him the link. He started Buddha CEO meditation. I told him link. I followed that. He does that. Right? So people see you, and if you are what you are, that's the second aspect. The third aspect, going into my theory of purpose, systems. Now, systems, everything, even when you're sitting, has always designed around a particular purpose. So now we have to question ourselves whether you're talking about organization, whether you're talking about mostly education. I'm interested in. We look at what is the purpose of all this. Education, for instance, is not just cramming information that is happening today. Cramming information about very advanced things. Organizations says, no, I had a problem as a board of study member when they wanted an institution for the first year students to straight away go into data analytics. I said, these people don't even understand what is data. What are you talking about data analytics? But that is required. So you have to have, some superficial intelligence, information, and that you are qualified. To me, sorry for using a strong word, it is stupid. What is the purpose of education? What is the purpose of family life? If you go through that, then you see, okay, if this is the purpose, how is it to be done? You look at tasks that we perform. When you look at the tasks to perform, you devise purposes around the task. I can give you a whole workshop on that, how you can design a curriculum based on that. I've done that before. So, this is how using purpose as a thing, and within that you will see automatically taking charge of oneself, and the tool of it being meditation comes through. I bet you can do it. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Very, very pragmatic suggestions. Yes, obviously we'll have to implement it. So I think the one big message from this panel is about how adopting meditation brings about individual transformation. And as some popular figure, I forgot the name, I don't want to interchange the name, someone said, once individuals change, families change. Families transform, societies transform. When societies change, countries change, and then for the whole world to transform into a more peaceful level of consciousness, it starts with the individual, right? And that's what, and then the individual, to each member of the panel here, absolutely loved your inputs and insights. So before we break, I hear, though we budgeted quite a bit of time for questions, so we'll probably take one question to the panel. Anyone has a question to any of the panel members? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's so wonderful to have all of your insights. I feel I'm growing, but coming to ma'am, I just want to know one thing. We offer meditation, fine, but how do you select the persons who are fit to absorb that meditative insights? Because there are so many personalities. You need an insight to grow yourself, right? If you don't have that insight, a blocked personality or a very restrictive personality, which of course is also is being contributed by the type of childhood or rearing you have been through, how do you deal with that? Because then it can backfire also.
Absolutely, ma'am. That's a wonderful question. When we are giving love to somebody, are we thinking that love will be captured by them as much I am giving? We are not thinking that, right? Say, for example, you are getting married. You don't know that person. You are starting to love that person. So it's a positive energy you are sharing. Similarly, as a clinician also, I would like to say that your question is absolutely right. Somebody might not be able to grasp that energy of meditation. Their mind would be wandering, but somebody would be very clear to catch up and practice. Individual personality differs, individual personality traits differs, and wherever they are coming from, the situation differs. Their parenting, whatever parenting skills they have experienced from their parents are differing. However, our duty as a practitioner is to give it. How much they are grasping it, it is in their hand. One teacher is teaching the same. Some people will be picking up like a camphor, right? Some students will pick it up little slow. Some student like me will need 10 times, right? So that is the difference we need to, for understanding that difference, we should not stop giving it. That is the reason I teach qualitative research method. In my qualitative research, my first session is 5 minutes meditation. And every time when I finish, I used to see, okay, who is receiving? The receptor is, whose receptor is good? Whose receptor is bad? You can understand from the 70 students who are all sitting, but that is okay. I am giving. How much you are grasping? It is in you. Some students will call back, ma'am, I enjoyed it. Can we start a study group? Some student will say, ma'am, I slept off. Fine, no problem. You slept off, you didn't sleep in the night, you slept off, now you will be able to follow Graswell. I will mention the citation thing. So that is what I would say. As a clinician also, we will see who needs what. When sir was mentioning in terms of psychologist giving meditation or relaxation exercise to client, mostly when a client comes, they come with the common terminology is stress. I am stressed, I am depressed. They will not understanding the difference between stress or depression or burnout, or are they not able to follow the emotional regulation. If, for example, if sir is scolding me, how I am reacting to sir is how I have learned to manage my emotion. So the common terminology is that they will come and say, I am stressed, I am bottled up, I am depressed, I don't want to live. So we need to, as a clinician, my training will teach me what have they been. So on the basis of it, I will give it, right? So that is an answer to sir's question as well, and to your question as well, in terms of how do we understand. That is the skill which we normally develop. Coming back to your question, we give, ma'am, let them take it. If it is not helping, it will come later also. Our purpose is to share the love, unconditional, positive way of sharing the thought of meditation, and be a model. I would like to quote here, be the change you want to see in the world. That is what I developed in me. When I wanted to see changes, in fact in my family, you keep everything in order, I used to tell. It will not be in order. Sometimes I used to open the cupboard, cupboard will fall on me. One day I wrote and kept, if you keep on doing it, I am not going to clean it. I kept a note and went. There was a change. And similarly, when I started practicing meditation, first, oh, you are wasting your time, the food is not coming, I need to go to the factory, I need to go. Then slowly the change my family saw in me, they are meditating more than me. So that is what is the change what we can see.
Wonderful, ma'am. Be the change you want to see. Right? In fact, I wanted to tell that. I missed it, and then ma'am caught it and mentioned it. We end all our retreats that way. When people go off a retreat, we say, don't go and become a Buddha and a Guru preaching to your family. Just be the change you want to see, and then automatically people around you will change. Thank you, ma'am. And with that, I think we will run out of time for our session. And thank you very much. I hope It was engaging, enlightening, and entertaining to each one of you. Appreciate your support. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, dear panelists, for your wonderful, informative session. And all of you are from diverse backgrounds, but all of them echoing one message. Meditation is powerful and the panacea to all of life's problems, and it's up to us to spread it to as many people as possible. So thank you all for this, and now I invite Dr. Itikon Watana, Dr. Qcon, Mr. Rajkumar, founder and CEO of MTK Textiles, Mr. Krishna Mohan, Director of PMC Channels and patron of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement, to felicitate our panelists. We are very grateful to all of you, sir and ma'am.